Welcome to Small Arms Solutions. I've had a lot of requests to do some reviews on Bushmaster firearms. I haven't done any on Bushmaster in quite some time. It was mostly just because I haven't had access to them. The only Bushmaster firearm that I own is the Bushmaster ACR, so I really haven't messed around with too many of their rifles. But I did make contact with one of their reps, and he was able to remedy that. So we have a couple Bushmaster rifles we're going to be looking at. The first one's going to be the 308 ORC XM-10, and the next one's going to be one of their XM-177 E2 patrol carbines. So the one we're looking at right now is the Bushmaster 308 XM-10 ORC, or Optics Ready carbine. Now, as you know, Bushmaster is owned by Freedom Group. So is DPMS. So the rifle that I see here, I can't say for sure, but to me it looks like it was manufactured for Bushmaster by DPMS. It has all the same receivers, just different markings on it. It does have its own look to it. I do believe this was made by them, but it was made to Bushmaster specifications. This is a little bit different than anything that DPMS tends to offer. Now, the rifle that we see here is the only offering that Bushmaster has for as far as 308s. It's the only one that they offer. Now, the rifle that you see here is very much a standard, no frills, 308 carbine. Lightweight, designed for hunting, self-defense, target shooting, whatever you'd want to do with it. You have a standard 16-inch barrel. It would be a basic carbine. You're looking at an MSRP of $13.99, which is not bad at all for the basic carbine that you get. What we're going to do is we're going to go from back to front and go over what this rifle has to offer. So starting with the rear, you have a standard mil-spec type stock. You have a standard 6-position receiver extension. This particular one utilizes a shorter buffer. There's a couple different ways you can do this for as far as having a 308. Because you have a longer bolt carrier, you either have to have a longer receiver extension to use a standard M4 or M16 style carbine buffer, or you would have to have the buffer shortened. This particular one uses the shortened system. Gives you a little bit more recoil, a little bit more carrier bounce. I prefer going the other route just because of the fact that it does give you a little bit damper recoil, but it's a little bit more expensive. Here you can use a standard 5.56 millimeter receiver extension instead of having to go out and buy a special one. 2-weight buffer in here, 2 steel weight buffer. You look at the receivers. As you can see, we have the DPMS pattern, which is the rounded instead of the squared off. We have 1775 T6 aircraft grade aluminum. We have a forward assist as well as a cartridge case deflector. They're all part of the same. Now, utilizing the forward assist on a lot of these AR-10 type rifles is sort of interesting. First off, a lot of the forward assist, if you were actually to use them on a bolt carrier in a 308, there's a very good chance you're going to break the pawl right off. I even have had some rifles that have come in where the forward bolt assist doesn't even engage the bolt carrier. It's just there for pretty much looks. So the use of a forward assist on some of these guns is pretty much useless because you would probably end up breaking it anyways. Now we have a hard coat anodizing mil-spec class 3. Now low receiver, we have a standard A2 pistol grip. We have a standard safety on the left-hand side, standard bolt catch release on the left-hand side. Magazine release is a standard location. You have the basic frills of a regular DPMS pattern rifle. We have a mil-spec trigger on here. This one broke at just 7.25 pounds. There wasn't too much creep on here at all. We have injection port dust cover. We have a delta ring for a 308. You can see there's a little bit more of a slope to it. It's a little bit longer than that of a 5.56. The barrel we have is a standard mil-spec chrome moly vanadium, 1 turn and 10-inch twist chrome lined barrel. We have a muzzle device of a standard A2 style compensator for a 30 caliber. If we look at the gas block, we'll see that the front sight tower was machined off, because that's why this is called the ORC, Optics Ready. You would want to have the front sight tower never interfere with your optics. We also have that evil bayonet lug. So if you were to decide to take this out deer hunting, after you shot the deer, you'd be able to install the bayonet on, and you'd be able to go forward and gut the deer as well. Now, gas system, we have a mid-length gas system on here, and those of you who follow my channel, you know that I am a big proponent of mid-length gas systems. I believe that you gain so much more out of it for as far as reliability and durability. I think it's a major enhancement. You have standard mil-spec type handguards on here, made for mid-length gas system. These do get hot awfully quick, but then again, if you're not firing full out, it doesn't make too much of a difference. You will be able to find some other handguard options on here as well. Overall weight, 7.72 pounds. It is a very lightweight carbine, and when you take this to the range and you fire it, you notice it. I do believe that the recoil on here, because it's such a light rifle, is rather excessive. You didn't want to shoot as many rounds out of this thing just because of the heft of that recoil. So for overall length, with the stock extended, 37.25 inches. For closed, 33.25 inches. Now, for as far as ammunition, we used a few different kinds of ammunition in this. We had some we just did for mechanics, and that was the PPU 308 M80 ball or 7.62 NATO ball ammunition. And for accuracy, we tested out the SIG 150 grain, the Black Hills ammunition 168, the Black Hills 175 grain OTM, and the Barnes 175 grain for accuracy. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this to the range and then we're going to see how it shoots. Optic I chose on here was the Sig Sauer Bravo 3 to 24 power magnified optic. Basically, it's a red dot. You do have a hologram in there. Very clear glass. I've been using quite a bit of the Sig optics recently, and I've been very, very pleased with every one that I've had so far. I've had no issues. So for as far as the ammunition that was tested, we had Sig Sauer 150 grain full metal jacket at an average velocity of 2,702 feet per second. Black Hills 168 grain OTM, 2,445 feet per second. Black Hills 175 grain OTM, 2,474 feet per second. And the Barnes 175 grain OTM at 2,472 feet per second. The best group that I achieved with this one was 1.8. That group was, in fact, shot by Henry Chan from 9-Hole Review. We both had shot it. We both had got pretty similar results. He tends to shoot much better than I do at longer ranges, and the 1.8 inch group was his. Now, this is very acceptable coming from a rifle of this configuration. First off, you have a non-free floated barrel. You have a mil-spec barrel versus a match grade barrel. So I was very pleased with the accuracy that came out of it for the price point versus what the rifle was. I certainly believe that the heavy recoil would certainly have an effect on a shooter over a couple 3 mags. Because as I said, the recoil, you can't go lightweight without giving something up. And in this case, you did give up the light recoil. You do have the heavier recoil. Now, Bushmaster, over the years has gone through a lot of changes. They've been sold. They've moved locations. So the company's been, started off in Maine, then it went to New York. Now you're looking at down south. So the rifle has definitely, the company has gone through a lot of changes. The partnership with Freedom Group has definitely moved them forward for as far as, expanding their lines, utilizing some other Freedom Group companies. So, the rifle, again, I certainly would recommend it for a basic starter rifle. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, please click like, please subscribe, and even better, share. Thank you.